Hi everyone, this is Bully. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, it's a part of many episodes of how to create a dropshipping store using WordPress and WooCommerce. I will show you guys how to collect some design information. Let's get started. I will use a demo store to set up an online store that will sell a drop shipping product that is called a belt that is also a back massager. Before you create an online store, you have to know who your customers are. In my case, my customers are people who have chronic back pain. First, you need to buy a domain name and a web hosting provider to host your online store files and database. In my case, I like to use NameCheap.com to buy a domain name because it is more affordable than GoDaddy. It also comes with free forever privacy protection. It's called WhoisGuard. What is WhoisGuard? When you register a domain name, ICON, ICANN, will require registrars to provide them with contact information such as your name, email address, your telephone number. Next, you also need a good web hosting provider to host your files and database. It is because in general, a website contains files and database. SiteGround is a good web hosting server or provider for a beginner to start a small business website. It comes with a free SSL. SSL is a security socket layer where your customer can buy your product or do any transaction in a secure manner. I'm gonna add all the links that I mentioned before in the description box below if you guys interested to check it out more. And later on, as your site grows more customers or have more visitors every day, you can also upgrade your plan with SiteGround without moving your website files or database to the next plan at all. They will handle all that stuff for you. A quick thought, comparing Shopify with WordPress and WooCommerce. If you host your online store with Shopify, they own pretty much everything, including your files and the database. As for WordPress and WooCommerce, you own your files and database. You could move your files and database or the entire online store to a new web hosting provider because you own them. Versus Shopify, whatever new products or content that you add into your online store, you kind of have to stick with them, because if you're not happy with Shopify or you want to move your online store to another web provider, you won't be able to do that because they won't let you do that. All in all, if you have any technical issues, a lot of people say Shopify will help you solve any technical issues, can help you within 24/7. And at the same time, SiteGround also has a very good customer service too that you could reach out to help you solve any technical issue 24/7 also. This is how to update or point a domain name server DNS of NameCheap to SiteGround web hosting server. Assuming you already bought a domain name for your store at NameCheap.com, log into your account, go to the domain list tab on your left and click on the manage button on the right. Scroll down a little bit to go to the section called Name Servers. Click the drop down icon. It's a small triangle icon to select custom DNS. There will be 2 new lines appear below. We will add the DNS to those lines, but first we need to go grab these values at SiteGround. Assuming you already bought a web hosting plan with SiteGround, just log into your account. Click the websites tab on the top, then click the new website button on your right to add a new website. Select existing domain since we already have that at NameCheap.com. Enter your domain name. Then click continue. Ignore the warning message below and just click the continue button below. There's nothing wrong with that warning message, so don't worry about it. Then select start new website. Scroll down a little bit to select WooCommerce. Then scroll down a little bit to enter your email address and create a password for your login credentials to your online store. Once you're done, click the continue button below. Updating or pointing a domain name to a new server takes about 48 hours to complete, so you have to wait until then before you could log into your store dashboard to start working on the designs and setting things up. And if the SiteGround asks you to add the scanner, SG scanner, just ignore that because it will cost you extra money. You don't need that yet as of right now. Once you see the page, you are all set. Scroll down a little bit and you will see the domain servers that it gives it to you. Just copy the first one and go back to NameCheap.com and paste the first domain name server to the first line, and go back to SiteGround to copy the second line of the domain name server, and go back to NameCheap.com to paste it on the second line. Once it's done, click the green check mark to save it. Next, we need to create a persona real quick. If some of you already know what a persona is, please feel free to skip this section. But for those of you who do not know what a persona is a fictional character representing different users or customers who will use your products, services, website, or brand. Creating a persona will help you understand your users' needs, goals, behaviors, and experiences. When creating a persona, you need to be specific enough that the mixture of all the user groups or your potential customers will be covered based on your research findings. In this case and in this video, we are not going to cover that topic because that topic has a lot. I don't want to bore you guys to death. As for my demo store, I will use extensio.com right here to create my persona real quick. Actually, you have to interview some people who have back pain to find out what their frustrations are or how their experience is. In this case, I will mock up some information to create my personas information in general. Remember, if you design your online store for everyone, you design for no one at all. So you need to create this persona so that from time to time you can go back to your persona, what type of audience or your customers are. Here's my persona. Next, we need to pick out a color palette to use for the online store. I will use coolers.com to generate or pick out some of the templates that they already have. Before we pick out a color palette, we need to look into color psychology so we know what type of colors we should choose. For example, I think I would go with blue, green, and orange. I'm gonna find a palette that has those colors because blue represents trust, and green, it can be good for good health. Orange could be for good energy, and it can attract attention a lot from people. Okay, here's my palette that I got. Last, you have to create a logo for your online store. There are so many free tools out there that will help you out to create a good logo for your online store. I use canva.com as a guide to design my logo, even though they have a 30 days free trial, but I created mine in Illustrator. You need to create both logo and icon using some of the colors from your color palettes that I mentioned earlier in this video. When you download your logo and icon from canva.com, make sure they are in a PNG format or a transparent background. If you don't want to design your own logo and icon, you can hire someone on Fiverr.com. It starts at about $10. That's all for a fast track for you to prepare your design to create your online store. Feel free to skip to a different section if you guys already know some of the things that I mentioned in this video. That's all for this episode. In the next episode, I will show you guys how to set up and install WordPress and a free WordPress theme. I hope you guys find this video helpful somehow. Please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up to support the channel. Thank you so much for your support, and I always appreciate it. Have a great day wherever you are. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.